for a genre I don't tend to enjoy. It's called Force of Nature. It's a sandbox game available on Steam. The developer for that is AYSTD. It's seems to be some sort of a group that does different types of sandbox games. It reminds me a lot of Minecraft. If Minecraft looked like The Sims.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that sounds very stilted and Microsoft Paint-ish.
It's
I would actually play
it looks better than that. It looks pretty good.
Okay.
I would say one of my only negatives is that there's a fixed camera angle from overhead. But what the game is that it's like action, adventure, RPG, strategy, kind of all together. It has kind of Harvest Moon elements where you want to make like your own little farm. You want to make a life for yourself in this open world. And there's good monsters, bad monsters, you know, good animals, bad animals. One time I built a nice little farm and then goblins showed up in the middle of the night and just wrecked my farm.
Wait, so it's a fantasy game. I was getting like it was more of a farm simulator.
It's a fantasy game / farm simulator because you can go for a while maintaining a farm and, you know, feeding your cows, feeding your pigs, you know, going fishing, going hunting, depending on, you could set up on a beach, you could set up in the forest, you could do all kinds of different places. There's really a lot of stuff that you can do. You want to get resources to, you know, build a crafting table so that you can make weapons, so that you can hunt. Everything is very similar to Minecraft in that way, but
then
it has a lot more RPG elements. And then the orcs come in at night, so it has this interesting element of, you know, I figured out that if I put fire pits all around my little farm area, they wouldn't come at night. Like, it just has this interesting kind of puzzle nature to it almost.
No, it does. Does it give you like a tutorial? Like, did you have to figure out?
It had a tutorial.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I had to definitely do a little bit of digging online.
Not bad.
And again, that camera angle gets a little tedious, where there's just this overhead camera angle. You cannot change it. It is a fixed camera.
Yeah.
But the world is really expansive. I set up a little log cabin kind of thing in the woods at one point, and then another time I did it in like a really snowy area. And I was thinking, I'll do like, you know, fur trapping or something. And then an abominable snowman came and kicked over my house.
Well, because you're hunting his kids and using them for pelts to sell at the market. I mean, I'd be pissed too.
Yep.
Look, Pat, just because I am homo superior does not mean that you guys show up and kick over my house.
Just because, yeah.
Okay, now here's my question, because you mentioned you laid out like fire pits for defense. Can you, if you get to a certain point in this game, I mean, there's just, you know, resource building and such, but can you, once you start being attacked more heavily by these orcs and abdominal snowmen and the like, can you like start going all surviving the game on them and you setting up traps outside your home and you're basically hunting these orcs?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, because I trapped one of them and I was able to use its materials. There was a magma dude. I don't know how to explain it better. Like the opposite of an abominable snowman,
the
abominable heat guy.
Yeah, the abdominal snowman, as I call him. He's known for having the coldest abs.
Yeah.
So cold.
This is his buddy, the Heat Miser, showed up one day.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's right, that guy.
Interesting game.
Had that nose.
Now I'm sad. The guy that voiced it, that they based it on, actually passed away recently. But
now, did you interact with other players? Is this like
no? There are no other players. So
it's just your world.
You. It's just your world.
Okay.
And that's something else I found very interesting. So many games these days are very MMORPGs, et cetera, even 2 players. This is just your little world. You're making your own world. It's called Force of Nature. And it's kind of, like I said, weird cross, Harvest Moon, Minecraft, you know. You have your inventory, you're trying to build things, you want to feed your rooster, you better grow grain. But at the same time, like I said, you know, goblins might show up. So it's just, my problem with the game, I think, is it loses its focus. It doesn't quite know what it wants to be.
Does it stay fresh though throughout? You know, even as far as you get,
Here's the thing:
is it just goblins, or do you in abominable snowmen, or is it, you know, different variations of the fantasy world?
At some point, you're fighting a unicorn with rings.
The higher level you get, it gets to be really grindy.
Okay, grindy.
Like a lot of grinding, a lot of like, all right, I gotta kill.
Yeah, you can't go to Jamaican clubs because of that.
Yeah, you gotta
grind
it.
I love just setting traps and killing things in games. Not gonna lie, it's how I vent some frustration. I do this a lot. I play Lord of the Rings online, and I'll just win turbine or now low turbo points a lot by just killing things.
Yeah.
But the only achievement I unlocked for this game is I killed 1,000 goblins and got a little sticker thing for my Steam which says Goblin Thread. So that's my only accomplishment in this game.
Yeah, that sounds kind of a jip for 1,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
okay.
kind of the negative of this game. It's you're playing it more for your own personal enjoyment.
All right. Well,
the
then
second game I played though.
Oh, okay. Well, quick. Would you recommend?
I do recommend this game if you're someone like me that loves the world building aspect, that kind of imbues the game with your own kind of elements, thinking like your backstory, making this game almost like a tool for your own imagination. It's a really interesting game because, like I said, you could do everything from I built a log cabin in the woods and tried to get like a little ecosystem going, or I was doing a little hunting and trapping in the snowy area. There's a lot of stuff to do, but the higher level your character gets, exactly. But the higher your character gets, the more repetitive it is. Once I started wanting to maintain a farm, much like maintaining a real farm, I had to do all of the tasks for it every day cycle.
Ugh. Okay.
And it just gets very repetitive. Like they kind of didn't think it's more exciting to keep setting up new scenarios and continue on.
All right.
The second game